Ever pondered on the question, what would our world look like without the contributions of women? Picture a tapestry of human history. It's rich, diverse, and complex, but often the threads woven by women are overlooked or undervalued. Women's roles in society have been as diverse as they are essential. They have been leaders, innovators, caregivers, warriors, and artists. They've navigated the complexities of societal norms and expectations, all while paving the way for future generations. Consider the pivotal role women have played in our homes. As mothers, sisters, and daughters, they've nurtured families, instilled values, and preserved traditions. They've been the backbone of our communities, often working behind the scenes, ensuring the smooth functioning of daily life. Now, think about women in the workforce. They've broken barriers in industries across the spectrum, from science and technology to arts and politics. They've shattered glass ceilings, proving time and again that gender does not define capability or limit potential. Look at our history and you'll find countless examples of women who've made significant strides amidst adversity. They've faced discrimination, bias, and inequality, yet they've persevered, showing immense courage and resilience. Their victories, both big and small, have gradually shifted societal perceptions and norms. Over the years, society has evolved to recognize and appreciate these contributions. We've seen monumental changes in legislation, granting women rights and freedoms previously denied. We've seen changes in societal attitudes as stereotypes are challenged and the narrative of women's roles expands. Yes, there are still battles to be fought and victories to be won, but it's important to acknowledge how far we've come. The role of women in society is not a footnote in history, but a vibrant, integral part of the narrative. This journey of women's roles and contributions is not a simple one. It's a saga of struggle, resilience, and triumph, and to truly appreciate it, we must delve into specific moments in time. Now let us journey back to the year 2002, a significant year for women worldwide. In the year 2002, women didn't just step up, they leaped forward. Let's take a moment to appreciate some of the extraordinary feats accomplished by women in that momentous year. The world watched in awe as women broke barriers, challenged norms, and rewrote history, leaving indelible marks in the sands of time. Halle Berry, an icon in her own right, made history as the first African-American woman to clinch the Best Actress Oscar. Her win wasn't just a personal victory, but a monumental stride for diversity and representation in Hollywood. With her powerful acceptance speech, she declared, "This moment is so much bigger than me." Indeed, it was a victory for every woman of color who dared to dream, a beacon of hope illuminating the path to equal recognition in the film industry. While Berry was making waves in Hollywood, another woman was creating ripples of change in the political sphere half a world away. Mireya Moscoso shattered the glass ceiling when she was elected as the first female president of Panama. Her journey from a humble coffee picker's daughter to the highest office in the land was nothing short of inspiring. Moscoso's leadership symbolized the changing tide in global politics, where women were no longer confined to the sidelines but were stepping up to take on pivotal roles. These women, and countless others, made 2002 a landmark year for women's empowerment. They didn't just break barriers, they shattered them. It was a year where women didn't just occupy space, they claimed it. They didn't just participate, they led. They didn't just dream, they achieved. Their victories were not just for themselves, but for every woman who has ever been told she can't. They blazed trails and laid the groundwork for future generations to follow. Their stories serve as a powerful reminder of the immense potential that lies within every woman. And so, as we look back on that pivotal year, we pay tribute to these pioneering women. They didn't just break barriers, they shattered them, creating paths for future generations of women. These achievements didn't just make headlines, they made history. Each accomplishment, each barrier broken, was a step forward not only for these pioneering women, but for all women. Their feats rewrote the narrative, changing the perception of women in society. These women smashed the glass ceiling, showing the world that women are not just capable, but exceptional in fields previously dominated by men. They gave us a new lens through which to view women's capabilities, shattering stereotypes and outdated norms. But the impact goes beyond societal perceptions. Their victories sparked a beacon of inspiration, lighting the path for countless others. They showed young girls everywhere that their dreams are valid and attainable. They proved that with determination, resilience, and courage, women can reach the peak of any mountain they choose to climb. Their victories were not just their own, but were victories for women everywhere. Their triumphs echo still, resounding in every achievement, every success story of women today. So, what can we learn from these pioneering women of 2002? We've taken a journey back in time, highlighting the tireless efforts and groundbreaking achievements of women who dared to defy societal norms. From the political arena to the sciences, arts, and sports, these women have shown us that the sky's not the limit, it's just the beginning. Their stories serve as a beacon, reminding us all that barriers are meant to be broken, that ceilings are meant to be shattered. They've set the stage for future generations to not just dream, but to turn those dreams into reality. Their legacy is not just confined to the annals of history, it's alive, thriving, and continues to inspire a new generation of women to aim higher, push further, and break new ground. Every day, women continue to shape our world in remarkable ways. And it all started with pioneers like these. Remember, every woman has the potential to make history, so what will your contribution be? As we look to the future, the potential for women's empowerment is limitless. The journey of women's rights and gender equality is ongoing. Every day, around the world, women are challenging stereotypes, breaking barriers, and making their voices heard. They are writing, rewriting, and shaping history, just as the pioneering women of 2002 did. But this journey is far from over. We must continue to celebrate and recognize women's achievements, not just during Women's History Month, but every single day. Each victory, no matter how small, brings us one step closer to a world where gender equality is not just a dream, but a reality. Yet this is not a task for women alone. Each one of us, regardless of our gender, has a role to play. We must foster a world that is more inclusive, more equitable, and where every woman has the opportunity to make her mark. We must remember that we are standing on the shoulders of pioneering women, and it is our duty to carry their legacy forward. The future is indeed female, but it's up to us to ensure that this future becomes a reality. So, as we close this chapter and look towards the horizon, we ask you again, what will your contribution be? As we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on the enormity of the steps taken by the pioneering women of 2002. Their resilience, courage, and determination have blazed a trail that continues to guide future generations of women. The echoes of their voices still resonate in our hearts, inspiring us to push the boundaries and challenge the status quo. But this video isn't just a tribute to these trailblazers. It's a call to action, a reminder for each one of us to recognize and celebrate women's contributions, not just in the annals of history, but in our everyday lives. To understand that every woman, regardless of her background, has the potential to make history. Each one of us has a role to play in this ongoing journey towards gender equality, whether it's through supporting women's rights, advocating for equal opportunities, or simply acknowledging and appreciating the women in our lives. The question now is, what will your contribution be? As we stand on the precipice of the future, let's remember that the path to gender equality isn't a sprint, but a marathon. And while the journey may be long and arduous, it's the steps we take today that will shape the world of tomorrow. So let's step forward and continue the legacy of these pioneering women, because every step counts. The future is indeed female, and it's time we make it a reality. The woman of same thing of path, the world of woman of God and path and education and woman school alike.